So for anyone who's seriously considering purchasing this property, if you want to go out and look at the land, if you want to scout the land, we've provided this video as well as these annotated stills down here at the bottom of the listing page. Under the drone video, we have this thing called driving directions. These are stills from Google Maps as well as from the route that our photographer took to get out to the land. We're providing these directions for you, number one, because it's not intuitive figuring your way out there. Number two, Google Maps does not give you the best route. If you're using your smartphone to kind of guide you out there, it's not going to give you the best route. And number three, there are two major points of entrance into this subdivision. One's over here in the west, and one is over here in the east. The access point in the west, there are actually two gated roads, two gated access points basically that lead into the subdivision. Those gates are controlled by a ranch that is out there. And it's one of these where even if we got the codes, even if we got the keys to the gates and provided them to our buyers, they get changed fairly regularly. So there is no guarantee that if you get through the gate in July that you're going to be able to get through it in August or whenever the next time is that you go out there. So because of that, we're going to kind of walk you through in this video the route that you would take coming in from the east, entering the subdivision from the east. It should be noted that this route from the east is actually the closer one, is actually the closer access point to these subject properties. So with all that said, I'm just going to say that if you zoom in here on the map, let's actually go to satellite view. The route that you are looking for is the 42, which begins, I am zooming and it's not, there we go, which begins right here off of the 53. So from the 53, you're going to turn onto Cibola County Road 42. If you're coming from the east, it's a left turn. If you're coming from the west, it's a right turn. Whatever the case, we have this demonstrated here in our driving directions gallery, and I'm going to walk you guys through this way. Okay. So as noted, you're looking for Cibola County Road 42. The turnoff is going to look like this. This is what you're going to see. So if you make the turnoff from the 53 and you see this, congratulations, you're heading in the right direction. If you don't see this, you're going to want to turn back around and find this specific entrance. This is the major access point to the Tierra Verde subdivision. Now from here, you're going to drive about 6.7 miles down this route. And it can get a little lonely, it can get a little confusing when you're on this 6.5 mile drive. How do I know I'm in the right place? Did I miss my turn? Did I not? So we've provided these stills for you, which will show you just some of the signposts, some of the kind of landmarks you're going to see as you make this roughly 6.5 mile drive. So when you see this, keep driving south. When you see this sign, keep driving south. This one, keep going. This, whatever, cattle guard with the tires, keep going. And finally, you're going to come to a fork in the road, and it's at that fork that you're going to make your first major turn here, that you're going to want to stay to the right. Now, Cerro Americano is, well, in the next still you can see it. Cerro Americano is this sort of mountain that, you know, is very pronounced. It announces itself as soon as you see it. This is the fork that you're going to come to in this area. You're going to want to stay on the rightmost path. You're going to want to hug Cerro Americano and stay as close to it as you can. So at the fork, you're going to want to stay to the right. And then we have a kind of punch in here where you can see one of the very few road signs that exists in this area. Cerro Americano is also the name of the road that you're going to take. So the 42 that you were on continues off this way to the left. The road you want to stay on is the one to the right. Anyway, as you take this, you're going to go about half a mile southwest. You're going to come to another fork in the road. This one looks like this. Again, you're going to want to stay to your right. You're going to want to keep hugging the mountain and stay toward the right. From there, you're going to drive 0.8 of a mile until you reach another fork in the road. When you reach that fork, you're going to want to stay to your left. And for the record, that fork in the road looks like this. Now, to be clear, as you're driving along this path, there are a number of places where if you go right or go left, it doesn't matter because the roads are going to intersect. They're going to come back to each other, to this sort of main westerly drive that you're taking. The intersections that we're pointing out to you here are the ones that if you go in the wrong direction, you're going to get really lost. So point being, at this fork, stay in the left, and then as you continue on that way, you're going to arrive at the entrance to Tierra Verde. This entrance, by the way, looks like this. For the record, you've got this cattle guard here, but no actual gate. So there's fencing, there's a cattle guard, but there is no gate here. Anybody can drive in and out of here, and you're going to see this sign right here, which as we punch in on, it doesn't say much. It's just posted, October 2016, posted, Tierra Verde land, something, something, something. Anyway, from there, we've got this plat map that we're showing you because I just want to let you guys know that where you're at is right here at Unit 7. all the driving you've been doing up to this point is not Tierra Verde. It's leading up to the entrance to Tierra Verde. So where you are right now, you're officially within the subdivision once you cross that fence line, once you cross that cattle guard. Whatever the case, from there, it's a westerly drive about roughly 3.5, 4/10 of a mile, something like that. Again, we note right here there'll be numerous forks along the way. As long as you're heading due west, you're going to be fine. Whatever the case, as you continue on that, you're going to encounter a three-way fork where you will see a power line. At this area, you want to make a sharp right. Now, you can make the sharp right up here, or you can make the sharp right over here. But whatever you do, don't take a left, don't go south. For the record, the power line located here, you can see in the next photo, this is basically what you're going to be seeing out here. For the record, this is not a region that has a lot of power lines running through it. This is one of the main sort of thoroughfares for a power line, if you will. So when you see this, you know you're in the right place. Whatever the case, you bang a sharp right, and then again, you're going to head in a westerly direction, drive roughly 2/10 of a mile until you come to another fork in the road. Now, at this fork, you want to stay to your right along the path you've been on. Do not turn left. So, for instance, you're going to see this more heavily trafficked road, this one that's more kind of identifiable, is the one you want to continue on. Do not make a left turn. Stay to your right. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to continue roughly 1/10 of a mile until you come to another fork in the road, and at that fork, you're going to want to stay to your left. This is what that one looks like. Don't go right. Don't go north. You're going to be heading in the wrong direction. Stay to the left at that fork. And on this one, you're going to take this roughly another 1/10 of a mile until you come to another fork in the road, and at that fork, you can stay right. And this is what that little intersection will look like. Now, once you've done that, then it's going to spit you out onto this main road. We're going to call it a main road here in Tierra Verde. It's called Camino de Agua Vida. I don't believe there's a road sign out there for it, but the point is that once you have hit this area, you're going to head due north just a little bit, and right here you're going to make a left turn. So you're going to continue on that road for roughly about 6/10 of a mile until you come to an unnamed road, and right there you make a left turn. So this is one where you'll probably want to watch your odometer. Just to make sure that once you've made this turn down here, you're going roughly 6/10 of a mile. And then you're going to bang a sharp left up here. As noted, the roads are not necessarily marked, but they are identifiable. And that, once you have done that, will take you to the subject property. Hope all that was helpful, guys. Feel free to look over those stills. Feel free to listen to the video a couple more times before you head out there. It's a little tricky, but once you've done it once or twice, it'll be easy. Thanks for watching.